Hi, I'm Travis.
And I'm Emma.
What's the last song you listened to?
Oh, yeah. 1 second. It was Bedless by Pierce the Veil.
What was it?
It's called Bedless by Pierce the Veil.
Bedless?
Unfortunately, it's one of their newer songs, which just doesn't hit the same, but regardless, love them.
Oh. Mine was Yippee-Ki-Yay by Kesha and T-Pain.
Yay!
Preparing for their concert. Well, Kesha's concert, but...
I would love to see T-Pain in concert, too, though.
I kind of would, too. I wouldn't hate that.
I love T-Pain. Do you know he's like an actually really talented singer?
Yeah.
He just uses auto-tune to have that sound he has.
Well, he's also, like, a really talented writer, too. Like, Kesha was talking about how, I guess... he called her at like 2 or 3 in the morning and said, I have an idea. And then an hour later, Yippee-Ki-Yay existed.
Yeah. He's insane. I love T-Pain. I think he's a really underrated artist in the sense of artistry. He is genuinely talented.
Love that.
Anyway.
So, what do you want to start with today?
I don't really have much in the sense of pregnancy updates, at least that I'm willing to share, except that my dreams are vivid and I can't sleep.
What was the last thing you dreamed about?
The last one I remember is being in high school for some reason, but my stepdad was like dying and then he died. But it was all very weird. It was like he was in the hospital for 2 seconds before he died. It was so weird. And my stepdad is fine. But most of the time I can't remember them. Like they keep me up all night, but the second I go to sleep again, I can't remember it anymore. It's been a trip, let me just tell you. Trying to sleep, I mean.
I bet. How big is baby August right now? Like in your stomach?
Cucumber.
Yeah.
That's 5.5 inches, they say.
It feels like a massive jump from onion.
Yeah, it really does.
But
they say every time I've gone to I've gotten an ultrasound, they say that he's measuring a week too big, like a week bigger than I actually am. And next week is mango. So I'm telling myself mango.
oh.
Also, isn't a cucumber longer than a mango? Anyway.
Yeah, probably.
I would think so. I have felt like I had little like flutters before, like I could feel him a little bit, but now I can feel like actual sharp little kicks, which is crazy.
Really? So does he have like feet and stuff now?
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
He's had feet the whole time. Let's see. What are the updates for this week?
Do you want to know something I don't understand? The development of a fetus.
The body is basically there from the beginning. It's just a matter of like
growing into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like things move around and adjust and you start, you have like hair all over your body and like fat all over your body, and he has fingerprints now. That's what they say.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, don't commit any crimes, little August.
I know. Get locked up in the baby jail. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that really exciting this week other than the fingerprint thing, to be honest. Okay. We would be able to tell this week if he was a boy or a girl from an ultrasound, but we got the genetic testing done.
So like, the genetic testing tells you like if they have an XY or X or a Y chromosome. Like that's okay. So then,
well, everyone has one X, but if it's a double X or an XY,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the second, right?
Yeah.
So why doesn't everyone just do that?
It wasn't a common thing 7 years ago.
Really?
At least in Louisiana. I don't know. It's weird because the moms I talk to up here are like, oh, yeah, I've done that for every pregnancy. And they like have kids Jack's age. But I was in Louisiana for this stage of my pregnancy last time, and like they didn't even offer it to me. Like it was not a...
Interesting.
They did genetic testing, but it was like to see if the baby had Down syndrome or if there, anything genetically wrong with them that they can tell early on.
Huh. Maybe they just didn't like think to use it for that thing, because like that in my mind, like that would be the first thing to check on that, I guess. I don't know.
So they offered it to us this time, and I was like, heck yeah. I think you should test all parts of the DNA and to see if there's anything fucked up.
Right.
Yeah. I would rather just know. It's not like if he had Down syndrome or whatever, it's just like I would want to know ahead of time to like prepare, Anyway. Yeah, nothing that exciting this week. Hopefully it stays that way. Honestly, I don't want anything exciting to happen.
I think a boring pregnancy is probably like the ideal scenario, right?
Yeah.
Well, thoughts and prayers for a boring pregnancy.
Yeah, seriously. We'll see how he likes Cajun food next week.
I'm so excited. So that being said, we are recording 2 episodes this week. So we'll see how we start to act in the second episode, because I feel like that's where we're going to start to get a little delusional.
I'm going to be like running on fumes.
So Emma's traveling next week, so I'm going to have to edit in her pregnancy update to next week's episode. But that means next week I'm going to have time to do a Let's Research Mama, which I'm very excited about.
I think we should get into wind.
You want to do wind?
I want to do wind.
Okay.
I would really like to have a grasp on wind.
We can do wind.
I think a concept, this doesn't have to be in the actual pod, but a concept would be you do a Let's Research and then try to explain it to me, and then vice versa.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like next time I would do one and try to explain it to you from my research.
Okay.
Knowing that we both didn't understand it to start.
I love that.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Okay. I will delete my idea for Let's Research Mama next week.
Oh, I didn't see one. I just saw I will have time for one.
Do you not have the second bullet there?
Oh. I can't read. I do want to talk about Jen Shaw, but that's like a whole other thing, because like wind is something we don't understand.
Yeah.
We need to research to talk about it in any way, shape, or form. But Jen Shaw, I understand. I just would like to know all the tea.
Oh, yeah, that's like the deep dive I was going to go down.
Let's do that.
Okay, whatever you want.
Okay.
But, yeah, so I was going to post a poll to see which one people were into, because I want to do both eventually. But I want to do either the deep dive on like the Jen Shaw saga, or like all of the Real Housewives that have had run-ins with the law. Like, and I just like want to do a deep dive on that.
Yeah, post a poll. I think I would vote for all of them, because Jen Shaw can just be like a part of that.
Yeah.
I feel like scamming old people isn't necessarily that exciting.
Oh, have you seen the documentary about it?
No.
Because it is exciting.
Why is there a documentary about Jen Shaw? Don't they know how that will blow her head up? Oh my God.
Oh, she was mad about the documentary. So this is a couple things. This documentary released the week before I think her trial was set to actually start. And I feel like this is probably why she ended up going to plead guilty. But all she said was it turned me in, it made me out to be this horrific monster of a person. And like, it didn't really focus a lot on like the other co-conspirators and the thing. So I do get why she was like, why is it just me? But I'm at the same time, I'm like, Mama, you were leading the whole song and dance. Like,
I know. It's like, I understand she probably didn't do a lot of the work, but it's like, she's the figurehead. It's like blaming the Queen of England for political issues in England. Like, that's kind of what she's there for. Sorry.
Well, that, and like, you were also probably the most horrific about it.
And like it was probably your idea. Truth be told.
Yeah. But Alex said he wants to come on board because he doesn't know anything about any of the Real Housewives. And he's like, does it make it better if I don't know who Jen Shaw is? And I was like, a little bit.
Kind of, yeah. I would love an attorney's 2 cents on all of the issues.
I would too.
Including Jen Shaw, for sure.
So I wanted to share a fun story that I heard last week, and it's chaotic as hell. So just buckle up. There was a fire in Butler Tarkington area last week. I think somewhere on the north side there was a house fire.
I have heard about so many house fires recently. What is happening that everything is burning down?
Well, let me tell you, I know one of them.
Okay.
So, one of the ladies that works at my doctor's office, lives in this neighborhood across the street from where one of these house fires was. And Nancy was at home and she was just living her life, and she noticed smoke, and she said, I'm going to call the fire department because something feels off about this much smoke. And then she runs over to a burning house and says, how do we navigate this situation? So I guess what happened was there's a mom, a dad, and 2 daughters. The mom left to go to the grocery store while a smoker was running.
Yeah.
And
my dad's obsessed with a smoker, so I am familiar. I'm surprised it caused a fire, though.
I'm not at all familiar. I didn't know. I didn't know they could start fires. I thought it was just smoke.
Well, that's my thing. That's why I'm surprised it started a fire, because they run at very low temperatures compared to a grill or a stove or something like that.
See, that's what I always thought.
Yeah, they do. It's a much lower temperature than...
Maybe it was just too close to the house. I don't know.
It gets hot. You can't touch it.
The how of the fire is the least chaotic piece of this story, though. So Nancy sees the smoke and she's like, let me go over. Let me just make sure everything's okay. She goes into the house. She opens the door and she goes in, and there's a full blown fire burning. I guess inside, on the other side of the wall from where the smoker was. So the smoke, the fire has reached the inside. Mm-hmm. She's rampaging through the house because she's freaking out. She's like, I have to get, I assume, the daughters out of the house. So she slams open one of the doors. There's a daughter who's deaf in one ear, has an AirPod in the other ear. And you might say to yourself, couldn't she smell the smoke? A fun fact, she has long COVID.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And she did not smell the smoke because the long COVID has impacted her sense of smell. The other daughter was sleeping in the bed taking a nap.
Can I tell you, I think that would be hell. If I couldn't smell or taste anything, that would be absolutely horrible. Because I remember having COVID and not being able to smell or taste, and it really does throw you off, majorly.
I guess I don't know what I would do with that, because what else do you have in life?
I would get so skinny.
Right.
Truly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So the other daughter was asleep in the bed because she needed a nap on this good day. Nancy's on the phone with the mom being like, you have to get home. There's a fire raging in your house. And I guess the mom comes home, and they're the fire department shows up. They do their thing. And then Nancy's like, here, let me call the dad, because the dad was at work.
Yeah.
The dad is on his way home. She's on the phone with him, and she's like, you need to get home now because your house is going up in flames. And the dad gets home, parks his car in the driveway, gets out of the car, and decides, I'm going to pull attention from this situation, has a heart attack in the front yard of this house. And
this is chaos.
This is the second time that day that Nancy had to call 911 to this home.
Yeah.
And so
long time no talk.
And so at this point, the fire has been put out, and I guess the fire inspector is doing whatever a fire inspector does, and is checking the house.
Yeah.
This is the moment where people find out, oh, you must have at least one homeowner present while the fire inspector is doing his thing. So the mom couldn't go to the hospital with the dad. So he's just in the emergency room. I don't know where the daughters are at this point. And then the fire inspector like finishes what he's doing. And then as he's like walking out of the house and as the firefighters are leaving, the roof literally fucking collapses on their heads.
Oh my God. I mean, listen, with a fire, like that's not that surprising because you have to have supports up. And if those supports were ashes.
Sure.
Like that makes sense.
Sure. Nancy, the American hero, says, come on, let's go over to my house. Let's figure out what to do next. And the mom looks at Nancy. I don't know where the daughters are at this point, but the mom looks at Nancy and goes, Nance, could you be a dear and get me a drink? I need a drink. Like, go to the hospital with your husband who had a heart attack.
I don't know if she could even remember at that point that her husband had a heart attack.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like, oh my God.
But Nancy proceeds to make an old fashioned with smoked bourbon because that felt like the right thing to do in that moment. And what I do know is, I'm not like, I don't subscribe to a lot of like ghosts or like spooky stuff or whatever, but like I do believe they need to call an Etsy witch, a shaman, a priest, something.
They have got to at least sage that house, get the demons out.
That there is a demon living on that property that did not want them to carry on.
That is so insane.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Thank God for Nancy. She has so much good karma coming her way. She's about to have the best year of her life.
But like, can you imagine, like, so you're like rampaging through this house and like you're trying to like hold your shit together. And then you look over and you're like, how can all of this go wrong? One thing after another.
I would feel like I'm the problem. Like I'm going crazy.
Right.
This is actually not happening. Like, pinch me, I'm dreaming situation.
Like, and I feel okay talking about it with some level of levity because everyone in this scenario is okay right now.
Yeah.
But can you imagine, like...
No, because like with my neighbors, I try to just mind my own business. So I can't imagine being that far up their business because like shit just keeps happening all day. Oh my God.
And you're like, yeah, I guess let me get you a drink. Hang on.
Yeah, I guess. Oh my God. Do you want to ride to the hospital? Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
Well, I guess one person was hurt and it was the guy who had a heart attack, but it sounds like he's okay.
Well, in the article, it doesn't even acknowledge that it was because of a heart attack. It said he was injured in the fire, which maybe the heart attack was a byproduct of the fire.
I feel like maybe they didn't know the full story and just like saw that someone was taken to the hospital and like assumed it was because of the fire.
Oh, maybe.
That happens a lot with like big disasters. People just assume like anyone in the vicinity who got hurt was hurt because of that. I don't know. That's crazy. Also, like, what a juicy news story. I bet the reporter who got their hands on that was like, yes, Nancy, tell me what happened next.
Well, but that's the thing. Nancy didn't even want to talk to the news as I'm sitting here, like, posting her business all over the internet.
Oh, my God.
But she was like, no, I don't want the attention. I was like, I'm going to call Channel 13 and be like, I have a story about an American hero for you.
I would be walking around in a Wonder Woman costume.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Oh, my God. Do you have anything to complain about?
So much.
What are you complaining about today?
Let me ruminate on it. How about you complain first?
I have one that I don't know where to put this anger. So there's a lot of racism surrounding Carnival Cruises right now that I've seen on TikTok.
Racism?
Yes, where people like, so Carnival Cruises has the entire vibe of being the fun ship, right? Like, and I've seen like comments on TikToks where it's like Section 8 cruises or the Nissan Altima of cruises, or I didn't know you could pay for a cruise with EBT, like just the most horrific, disgusting language around.
I mean, they are the cheapest cruise line.
Whatever. I don't care. Like, I don't care. But the part that bothers me is like, why are we making it about that when you see like a bunch of men and women of color out next to the pool having a good time dancing? Like that's what
I didn't know the context. I thought they were making a video saying Carnival Cruises, are the Walmart version of a real cruise.
Well, they are saying that, but because of the clientele that is portrayed. By the way, I've been on 5 or 6 cruises in my life. Half of them have been on Carnival Cruises. Oh. I love Carnival Cruises. And like the thing that bothers me is like, why are we going to make it about that? Why does it have to be about like, why does it have to become such an ugly thing that we're doing to people that are just having a good time? Because like, you wouldn't do this if you were out at a bonfire singing like Brian, fuck you.
Yeah.
And
that is super weird. I will say, I don't know if you saw, but like the Trainwreck series on Netflix dropped a documentary about the poop cruise. So like Carnival's PR is not great right now. But let me just say, if you're going on a cruise at all, even on Carnival, you are spending thousands of dollars on a vacation. Like there's no reason to call these people broke, first of all.
Well, that, and like, I want you to know that if I'm on a Carnival cruise and I'm out there in the middle of the ocean with an unlimited buffet and the unlimited drink package.
They took away the unlimited drinks too. I think that's where a lot of the hate is coming from too, is they just took that away. They just changed that policy because people were getting throttled. Oh,
well, we'll revisit that. But if I am surrounded by people that are just having a good time and that's what's happening, just know that's exactly where I want to be. And fuck you for making it racist.
Yeah, I hate that they're being racist about it.
It's gross.
I do understand hate towards Carnival Cruise Lines, but not because of their clientele.
I can see some of the hate towards Carnival because I will say that the way that they conduct business is not ideal in that they've covered up a lot of activity on the boats from some of their staff. They have mishandled a ton of situations. So I don't agree with
their PR is bad.
Yes.
It's really bad. We got the Poop Cruise documentary. We got them taking away unlimited drinks because people are getting too drunk. We got all of that happening. So I feel like that's just feeding into it.
So there's that.
Yeah.
What are you complaining about?
There's so many ways to hate on Carnival Cruise Lines that has nothing to do with being racist towards their staff.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, did you see that kid who was singing Keith
Moana.
Sweat? No. We talked about her, but have you seen, there's this little boy, he's probably like early 20s, he's not a teenager. He was singing Keith Sweat on a cruise. I think it was a Carnival cruise, and he went viral like multiple times for doing it because it was so funny and cute.
Good for him. Honestly, good for him.
I think his name was Tyler. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to complain about anything today because I've had a long 4th of July weekend.
You did.
And I really can't think about anything else to complain about, but I'm not going to expose myself like that.
Fair enough. Reality Roundup is going to be a long one today because we have 3 episodes of Secret Lives to cover. And then also Real Housewives of Orange County is coming back this week. It comes back tomorrow, I think, as of the day of this recording. And I just want to say I'm really excited because Katie Janela is back this season, and I didn't know for sure at the end of last season if she was going to be back because some of the girls didn't love her. And
I've never watched Orange County. I mean, I have, but like in passing, I don't know who anyone is.
So Orange County is the hardest to watch for me. And I think it's getting better because they've moved away from this idea of like, it's similar to what New York had to do too, where they've moved away from this like whole I'm the OG thing, because I think that becomes very, very toxic very quickly. Like you had Ramona Singer and Sonia Morgan and Luann de Lesseps on New York, who people just could not be around anymore. It got so bad. And then it was the same way with Vicky Gunvalson on OC. And now that they've kind of reshaped the cast a little bit, I think it's becoming more watchable. But Katie was probably one of my favorite people on the show last year, and some of the girls didn't like her because I think she was a little too honest for some people's liking, which I really appreciated. But my favorite thing about her is that she follows me on TikTok.
Oh,
because
hi, Katie.
I commented one time and said, or on someone's video, I don't remember whose it was, but I was like, I want to be friends with Katie Janela so bad, because they were like, it was a clip about her, and she literally said, well, let's be friends, and then immediately followed me, and I was like, oh,
what a cool girl.
she is a very cool girl. Like, she's just so fucking cool.
Appealing to the masses. Yeah, and I do need to catch up on Salt Lake City so that we can talk about season 6 and I'll know what's up and down.
Well, so they've started to talk, like they've started to do a little bit of promo for it. So I feel like it's coming back in September, just based on like how they've done it in previous years.
Well, it has to come on like late this year, I would assume.
I hope so. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I want it to be back. Whitney Rose does say something to the effect of like, it's a very weird season. Like, so I don't know what to do with that, but I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Period.
Are you ready to jump into the secret lives of Mormon wives?
Yes.
Okay. Episode 6, The Book of Redemption.
Yeah. This is the one that really like got me to feel for Jen.
I will give you that, because at the beginning of this episode, Whitney and Jen are supposed to ride to the airport together. Jen's not picking up the phone. And so Whitney goes to Jen's house and she's like, what's going on? And Jen answers the door like she had just gotten out of bed.
That's the thing, like, that really got me. I feel like you can see it in her face, in her eyes, in her body, that she's depressed. Like, she needs actual help and assistance. She's not doing well.
Right. So Whitney goes in and she's like, and what I do appreciate about Whitney is that she's a friend like I am, like you are, like some of the other people we know, where it's just like, I'm going to force my way into this house and you're going to deal with me being here for a minute because I am worried about you. Yeah,
like I need to know if you're like okay.
Right. So Whitney goes in and the
house is a mess.
House is a wreck. She's talking through like, hey, okay, so like what's going on? And then like Jen opens up a little bit. This is where I started to turn for Whitney, where I was just like, oh, you're an incredible friend. Like
this is her shiniest moment, I will say.
I agree.
Still like, I ended the whole season on being like, I don't really care about Whitney one way or another, but this was a good moment for her.
100%.
Someone needed to show up for Jen, for sure.
She even goes as far as to start cleaning up the house, and I was like, "How? That's really fucking sweet." Like,
she's like cleaning up the cereal bowl, and I also feel like poor Jen. I know that she's like a liar and whatever, but
two things can be true at the same time.
She says like, oh yeah, that bowl of cereal is there because that's the only thing I can eat, which tells me she's also throwing up. She has morning sickness. She's not feeling well pregnancy-wise.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like on top of not being mentally okay, she's physically not okay.
Right.
And like I've seen, now I've seen so many videos and pictures of her just like in the bed. Mm-hmm. Like I think she spent a lot of her time in this season of life in her bed.
Sure.
And like I've seen pictures of like her kids visiting her in her bed because like she can't even get up, which is sad. I don't know. I feel for her.
I don't want anyone to be depressed.
Yeah.
That for me though doesn't change every other one of her actions. And so I like, that's where I can say two things can be true at the same time, where I want you to be okay. I also don't want you to lie to yourself, your husband, and the rest of the world. I would love if two of those things could happen together.
Yeah, I will say, I think when you're depressed and like just not doing well yourself, it's hard to like take accountability for things and be like, oh, well, this part of my life is also fucked up. Sorry. You know? Right. And I know that like intuitively we know that like that would make it easier on her if she would just go apologize, because then relationships would be mended, la da 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 da.
Oh, sure.
But like when you're in it, it's so hard to see that, you know?
I agree. The girls get to Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And these girls love a party bus.
I feel like that's also, they went to the school of Real Housewives for that.
So something that I did find out is that I guess Hulu took or poached a bunch of producers from Bravo, and like there was like a mass exodus. That's where you got Vanderpump Villa. That's where you got some other reality show, and that's where you got The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like it is a shot for shot almost remake of the format of Real Housewives.
Yeah, because that felt very Real Housewives to me. I don't feel like any of them had ever been in a party bus before.
No. Whitney tries to get on the stripper pole, but apparently her cut's not healed yet.
Yeah.
And I didn't. So one of the girls was like, "Oh no, your inside's not healed yet." And I was like, "What?"
No. So, okay. 6 weeks after you have a baby is the first time you can exercise.
Okay.
Or have sex or anything. Like, you are not to do shit for 6 whole weeks. But even after that, there's still healing to be done. They say your body is not fully healed from having a baby for 3 years.
That's fucking wild.
Mm-hmm. But, like, a lot of shit happens. Like, your abs...
don't they, like, separate?
Split. Yeah. And that takes time to come back together. Sometimes they never come back together. It's a whole thing. But yeah, they say like you can be healing for like 3 years. And even after you're like cleared after 6 weeks, I feel like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be on the pole.
Probably not. They get to the house. Macy's 100% being sponsored by Poppy. Like that's the most evident marketing I've ever seen in my life.
Get your bag, queen.
What I do appreciate about these girls is the way that they go about selecting rooms, because not one of them has an ego about it. They're like, I'll sleep here. I'll sleep in the bunk bed. I don't care. Like, whatever.
Oh, they're all very chill. I've never seen any Real Housewife be chill about their room on anything.
It's only ever bothered me on New York, where Ramona Singer will chase people through a house being like, no, I want this room. I want this room. I want this room.
Oh, like, it bothered me on Potomac too. That's like, they would talk about it for days with what room they're in.
Let me just tell you, if I've got a bed, I don't know that I care.
I will sleep on the couch. I really don't give a shit.
Yeah. But like,
Bravo is paying for my vacation. Hello.
Right. But these girls were very cool about it, so that was fine. They go downstairs for dinner. The dinner looked really, really, really good.
Oh my God, didn't it?
Yes. Like, it looks so good.
Yeah.
And this is where Whitney's a little bit desperate. And she leads a prayer with the group. And she says, Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing the Mom Talk family together. And everyone looks at her. And I'm like, you know what you're doing? Like, stop. Like, just like, if you're on the show, right? You're ostensibly part of Mom Talk. Like, you know, a couple of the girls in this group really, really hate you. Maybe stop pushing it, and maybe it just stops being an issue.
It gets so much worse. It only gets worse.
I know.
Yeah, you've watched it, but like, yeah, she is kissing feet and kissing ass for sure. And I just don't understand. I don't understand. It wouldn't be an issue if you didn't make it an issue, is how I feel.
But on the other side of that, Michaela is such a rotten cunt about
Yeah, I don't know why she thinks like the meaner I am, the less likely it'll be for Whitney to stay. I don't understand.
I don't even think she cares about like her meanness pushing Whitney. I think she really is just like, I'm just going to be mean to her. I am only here to be mean to her.
Well, I think that she thinks if she's mean to her, it'll get her out of mom talk. And
Maybe.
it's like, clearly that's not working.
Obviously. So they're having dinner, and then Jessi's first instinct is to run to get the truth box.
They love a truth box. I really need them to stop. If you have shit to get off your chest, just say it, sister. Oh like, my God.
Well, it's that, and it's like, and to be fair, this one does go better than like the rest of them, but I'm like, has this ever worked out in your favor?
Well, it's like, I just don't understand why. Like, they just love this anonymous confession thing, and it's like, just say it with your chest. Anyway.
I don't know. A question comes up about the size of Jordan's dick. I could have done without this. Like, this is something I'm going to say about everything and everyone. I don't care how big your partner's dick is. It's truly, I could not care less.
I hope you're happy with it.
I don't care if it's a micro penis. I don't care if it is the size of my leg.
I mean, to be fair, she didn't bring it up. Someone else brought it up.
She had a picture waiting with a ruler next to it.
Well, I think it had been like a common joke. Like, people have been saying it for some time.
Yeah.
And so she like had it locked and loaded and ready.
Right.
But like, why are you guys so obsessed with this weird man's dick? I don't understand that either.
I agree. And I'm just like, maybe if you just, I don't know. And like, I get some of it's for the show, but like,
ew.
I could have done without that.
They give very like middle school, high school girls who are like giggly and obsessed with the novelty of sex. And I'm like, I wish you guys would grow up.
Yes, I agree. But I will say with Jessi, and I know that we have done nothing but be obsessed with Jessi, I do on some level appreciate she was like, no, fuck you. It's not small.
Yeah.
I didn't need the whole song and dance of it though.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a step too far.
I just think both sides should shut up.
Yeah. Then the Sinner Sunday confession comes up about Brett allegedly hooking up with someone else while Demi was out of town. And I have a theory about this. Demi started a burner account to submit that Sinner Sunday confession, and that's how she got a storyline this season. I believe that because I don't know that there's anything else going on like for her except for hating Taylor, and maybe this cheating scandal happened. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I do feel like she's desperate for a storyline, but she's so egotistical that I don't see her like throwing herself under the bus for it.
Oh, I think she would cut her nose off to spite her face anytime.
Really?
100%.
I don't see that for her. I think she's too narcissistic.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
And then we hear about Demi basically being willing to throw Jessi off the show for more money.
Exhibit A.
Right. And then she gets a confessional about the situation where she talks about Jessi having the whole hair empire, which means she has money. And I was like, oh, you're that girl. You don't want anyone else to have anything. And if someone has more than you, you're not okay with it. You're that girl.
Oh, 100% that is Demi. It only gets worse. She is such a snake bitch. Oh my God. I could not believe my ears. Just because Jessi has money does not mean she's not entitled to the income she should receive from being on the show or being in Mom Talk or whatever. You are jealous and you are weird.
And by the way, I don't give a fuck how much money anyone has. I don't care. I don't care at all. And it bothers me that you think it's selfish that Jessi's on this show and she's also like independently wealthy of the show. Yeah. And that you think that she's taking too much of the pie. Like that to me really bothers me.
And like, if that bothers you about Jessi, why don't you look within and see that, like, you want that for yourself and start your own business outside of mom talk like Jessi? I just don't understand that. And, like, it's like going to a job and being like, well, I should make more money because I come from nothing and she has family money. Like, she's a trust fund baby. I know we're doing the same job, but she should make less. That's the equivalent of what she's doing. Mm-hmm. And that is fucking weird.
Right. And this is where I started to turn. Well, actually, I think this is where I fully turned on Demi. Like, this is where I immediately stopped liking her because I was just like, oh, you are not a good person.
She's a snake.
Yes. Next morning, girls go to breakfast, and Whitney tries to talk to Macy about saying that she doesn't regret going or not going to the baby mama launch, because she wouldn't have known how to fix it had she not made that choice. The logic there, I understand what she was trying to say.
I do too, but I think she just missed the crucial part of saying that she's sorry.
Just say you fucked up. It's okay. Like, it's okay.
But she's like dying on this hill of, I didn't fuck up. I was looking out for myself, blah, blah, blah. But you're missing the point of, like, you looked out for yourself to the point of not showing up for your friends.
Right.
You could have shown up and not talked to a soul except for Macy.
Sure.
And I also think it's weird of you to bring this up the morning Macy is, like, hosting this big pickleball tournament and just wants, like, good vibes.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I think Macy was just, or I'm sorry, I think Whitney was just like, I have to go say something now. And, like, it was bad timing 100%, but, like, I think that she didn't even think about, which
know,
also is problematic.
That is a common theme with her, though.
Yes.
She does not think of anyone except for Whitney.
I agree.
It's like, girl, you're doing what you're apologizing, in air quotes,
mm-hmm.
for, again, right now. You're taking her moment and you're making it about you.
Right.
Ugh.
Oh, sorry. So,
yeah, Michaela.
They kind of just agree to disagree and, like, move on. And
Macy's an angel. She can't hold a grudge.
Macy can do no wrong.
She's so perfect. I love her.
I feel like Michaela is really going out of her way to be just hateful as the day is long to Whitney. And I get frustrated. I see it. Wait.
No, because Whitney, like, slams her hands on the table. Oh, because
she's like, let's fucking talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see why Whitney got to that point.
I think that's what Michaela's trying to do.
Michaela's gaslighting Whitney.
Michaela's trying to provoke her.
So she can say, look, this is the girl we know. This is the girl we know. Exactly.
100%. That is what Michaela has been trying to do this whole time.
Right.
Because if Whitney starts spiraling and crashing out, she can be like, see, she doesn't belong here. Right.
She's too volatile for the girl. Okay, so dear listener, what you just listened to is like a fragmented chain of thought. So Whitney starts slamming her hands on the table because, like, the girls are like, we all have a problem with you. Michaela's like, we all have a problem with you. And then that's when Whitney's just like, well, let's bring it out. And then that's how we get to this point of, I'm pushing you to this point. I don't know if it's fully on purpose, but I think she's not mad about it getting there.
Oh, I do. I think that's why she's been so mean to her. I think she's saying the most hateful things she can think of to Whitney at every turn to try to provoke her into crashing out.
Maybe.
Because she wants to point the finger at Whitney and be like, banish her.
Okay. I
don't know that that's the truth. I just feel like from watching that's the vibe I get from Michaela.
Right. This entire time, did you ever say to yourself, where's Taylor?
No, I knew she wasn't going to go. I thought they talked about it.
No, she was in the bed. She was asleep in the bed, and she's like, I heard her scream.
I remember that. Yeah, oh yeah.
She's like, I was in the bed. I have 3 children. I wanted some sleep.
I never get a chance to sleep, so I slept in. That is so fucking funny.
I thought that was so kind.
Can you imagine? So, like, a camera crew shows up early in the morning, and, like, everyone's getting at least a little bit, like, ready, awoken to, like, be on camera, and you're just like, no, going back to sleep. I love that.
I want to hear the story of the cameraman and the producer that were assigned to Taylor that day. Yeah. Because the Real Housewives have talked a lot about this, where like when a scene is starting, there's lighting, there's like a whole thing, there's camera, there's a sound guy. I know they didn't have to mic Taylor for this, obviously, but like I want to know what I assume production assistant and the cameraman were just like standing there being like, did we wake her up? Like, what did we do?
Like, in my mind's eye, I like to picture her just being like, no, I'm going back to sleep.
I like to imagine her being like, you guys can hang out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be here.
I
Whatever
will be
you want.
Unconscious.
Good night.
I think that is beautiful. And as someone who has had a baby, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. What's the point of a vacation if you still can't fucking sleep?
I agree. We go back to Jen's house in Utah, where she's depressed as fuck, and she's in the bed, and it does not look like she's been out of the bed for days, and it does not look like she's getting out of bed anytime soon.
I will give props to Zach, because you can't do that without someone supporting you, taking care of the kids.
Right. I think that I'd be worried about how Zach is like being a dad in that scenario, but I also think like, you know what? Whatever we need to do, I guess.
He's their dad regardless, so like whatever
he'll
he
figure
decides to do. But yeah, it is sad.
It is really sad. And then that's where we find out that production decided to stop filming with Jen because I think they sensed that it was really that bad.
Yeah, and like, what is there to film? You have a depressed pregnant lady who is taken to the bed.
She is taken to the bed.
And like, even if she did get up and like, did you think like you don't want this depressing storyline also of like a pregnant lady who's trying to pick herself back up? Like, that's not right. You don't need to film that.
No,
you know.
I agree. So we get to Macy's pickleball tournament. And celebrity is a term we're using loosely for for the hosts, because I forgot who Joey Fatone was.
Yeah. I couldn't. The part that got me is that I couldn't pin him when I saw him initially, because he's gotten so old.
If you wouldn't have put up the chyron of his name, gun to my head, I had no idea. I
couldn't even pin him. But, I mean, maybe for a pickleball tournament. I don't know. That's a celebrity. It's not like an F1 race or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I do think
it was cute.
It was cute. And I think it was really cool that the girls all showed up and they were very excited to support her. Yeah. I think that was really, really cool. And like, I think Macy probably had a really good time. Yeah. I think she was probably.
And I think she deserved that, to have eyes on her and like do her little thing.
Absolutely.
It was cute. Whatever.
The girls go to dinner and then Whitney decides her strategy to deflect the hate for her is to bring up the Demi trying to get Jessi fired situation. And she literally says, I want the tea. I want the deeds. Like, let's get some of the heat off of me.
Yeah, she's like, so I heard a little inkling last night. Can someone tell me the full story there? Yeah. And don't bring me into it.
And then Demi says that it's not a shock that she was the fan favorite. And I feel like I need to go back and watch season 1 because I don't remember Demi from season 1.
I think she made that up. I don't think there was a poll and she won. I think she made that up for herself. I think she saw so many tweets of like, oh, I love Demi. She's so pretty. Blah, 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 blah. And like declared herself the fan favorite.
Can I be honest about something?
She lost me in that moment.
Oh, 100%. The best part about Demi is her hot husband.
Yeah, I think she's hot too.
Okay, no,
I wish she would just like sit there and shut up.
I don't find her to be interesting. I don't find her to be enjoyable to watch.
I haven't seen her be like a kind, caring friend.
No.
You know, even when she's with Jessi, like her best friend on the show.
No, because she tried to get her kicked off the fucking show. She doesn't give a fuck about Jessi. Are you kidding?
But I'm like, that's the person she's closest to on the show, and I've still never seen her just be like genuinely nice and caring to her.
Well, this comes out later that
Yeah.
Apparently, Jessi and Demi have only been friends for like a year or two.
Yeah.
And
They
like,
didn't even know each other like that.
So I have a feeling that Demi might be one of these girls, and we know a couple of people like this, where you become friends with them, and then they're like, "You're my best friend," and you've known them for like 17 minutes, and
yeah.
I think that's who we're dealing with here.
But I don't like her.
No.
Anyway.
And then Taylor says, "Hang on a minute. The show exists because of me." And I love that they break the fourth wall here. Like, I think that's really amazing. Layla starts to jump in to defend Demi because why not? And Taylor's just like, you can defend her when I'm done talking. And I love Taylor when she's like, I'm going to set a boundary and you're not going to walk over me.
Well, yeah, because I feel like she's been good about that this season, especially about like, she's not taking all of the claim. She's not like making everything about herself.
No.
But in this moment, Demi crossed the line and she's like, okay, hold up, wait.
Yeah.
None of you would be here
Right.
if I did not gather you here.
Right.
Like, and I'm glad she stood on that.
That, and like, and I do believe this about Taylor, is that she's not the girl that's like, I have to have all the brand deals. I have to have X, Y, and Z. Like, I do believe Taylor is who she says she is, where she's like, I've got a lot going on. Like,
and I do feel like she's happy for the other girls when they do get opportunities and do cool things. Demi, on the other hand, not happy for fucking anyone, including Taylor, who is the one who got her there.
I agree. But the long and short of it is Demi's just a bad friend. Like, and she basically says that Jessi isn't as valuable to the show as the other girls. And Macy starts to recognize that Demi is an asshole.
Yeah. You have Angel Macy being like, yeah, I don't think she's a good person.
Well, Macy, by the way, who's willing to forgive Whitney for being rotten as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, she can find the silver lining in just about anyone. Like, come on.
I think she wants to. I don't think she wants to be like on a hate train towards anyone, but Demi was so bad and problematic that even Macy is like, oh no.
Right. The girls go out to a club to dance but not drink, and
sure.
Whatever. I feel like I get it. You're Mormon. I get it. I don't need to hear about how you don't drink all the time. I don't care. I don't care if anyone drinks.
Drink on the show.
But you hear it though when they're like, we don't drink, and it's like the virgin mocktails, and it's like this, and I'm like, I don't care. Like it feels like you're telling it. So like, it would be like me putting on that show so my granny thinks I don't drink.
Right.
Like, that's what it feels like to me.
Who are you proving it to? Like, are you worried your family is going to see you went to a club and assumed you drank? Like, if you don't drink, you don't drink.
Like, who gives a fuck?
You don't need to keep saying it.
Right. I do, however, feel like I could have fun at a club with Whitney and Macy. Like, they do look... Whitney looks like she does let it all go. She'll dance. She'll have fun. I think she's fun.
I do think they had a good old time.
They get home and they go to skinny dip in the hot tub. Brett gets on the phone with Demi, and I was like, ooh, maybe I don't like Brett as much as I thought I did, because he was like, you're not going to be skinny dipping, like this, that, and the other. And Miranda, I appreciate, was like, oh yeah, I skinny dip before. I skinny dip all the time. I don't care. My pussy's out. I fucking love Miranda. I love her so much.
It was weird because I did feel like Demi would have gone skinny dipping if not for Brett. But I also understand, like, having a boundary in your relationship of, like, okay, you're on this show and, like, you share your whole life. Can you just not be naked? I can get that.
I felt like she knew she needed to ask permission of him, though, and that's why she called him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have a feeling that's how most of their relationship goes.
But I don't know.
I also don't care.
I had the benefit of the doubt where I was like, maybe it's not a permission thing. Maybe it's just a, like, almost like damage control, but I don't even mean it like that. It's like if you think your partner might be upset about something and so you call them just to get their
maybe
2 cents on it. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it did give very weird vibes. Especially with how the other girls took it. Because they were all like, oh, you're not going to go because of your husband? So I wonder if there's something we're not seeing
maybe
between them too. Yeah.
I also feel like getting in the pool with your tits out is not skinny dipping.
It's not. What they did was not skinny dipping. They were all wearing underwear.
Right.
There was nothing blurred out. Well,
their tits were blurred out, but...
Yeah. But I was like, you've never been skinny dipping if you think that this is skinny dipping.
Right. I 100% buy it. Miranda's been skinny dipping. I do know that about her to be the truth.
I think she probably thought it was silly goofy. They were all keeping their underwear on. But.
I think she said... Oh, okay. If you guys are not taking your pussies out, I guess I won't. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're on Hulu, so maybe at one point production was like, hey, no holes.
Maybe.
I don't
know. So we get to episode 7, the Book of Gratitude.
Yeah.
So last day in Scottsdale, the girls are doing TikToks, and we find out Layla's planning a Friendsgiving, but she doesn't know who she's inviting. And Whitney asks if she's officially back in Mom Talk, so the girls vote. Whitney and Taylor vote yes. Demi, Michaela, and Macy vote no, or at least not yet.
Can I tell you?
Please.
It is my absolute nightmare for my group of friends to take a vote on if I can be in our group of friends. That is nightmare fuel, and I would rather fucking die.
Okay, so this is one of the 0.5% of times where you and I don't agree, because the way that I would love it, I feel like I love the drama, I love the mess, like I love this, but I also don't feel like I would ever let a train wreck of a friendship in a group get to the point where my friends feel like they have to vote me in or out.
Yeah, I just had a hard time with that. I live to be accepted. I don't want to know. I mean, that's not even true. I want to know people's bad opinions of me. I don't want to know if you think that I should be included in something or not.
Right. Just tell me you don't want me there.
Yeah.
Which Michaela has, but...
Yeah. I don't know. I also thought it was weird of Demi a little bit to vote no. Especially after she was just done crashing out. Mm-hmm. And it's like... She's an asshole. Demi, come on. I do like that Macy, I felt like Macy was just standing with Michaela and voting not yet because she hadn't seen that growth from Whitney, especially after Whitney did a non-apology for the baby mama thing the day before.
I think if that conversation had gone differently, Macy would be like, I'm all in.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, yeah. It's icky. It was icky.
The girls go back home and Jessi goes over to Demi's house. I didn't pay a bit of attention to this scene. Whatever.
They didn't air anything out. Jessi was just like, yeah, we've talked about this already. Hee.
Yeah. And I was just like,
yeah.
Okay. I disassociated the whole time.
I didn't like it one bit because I wish Jessi would have taken that opportunity to be like, hey, what the fuck, by the way.
Right.
But apparently they had already talked about it in between seasons 1 and 2 and she didn't want to rehash.
Mama, it's reality TV. That's the name of the game, is rehashing.
You must rehash.
You must let the world see your problems.
Yeah.
Taylor goes over to Dakota's Airbnb with that fucking Go-Yard bag. She loves that Go-Yard bag.
Yeah.
Also, why are all these people living in Airbnbs? You've got Jen living in Airbnb. You've got Dakota. Who else is living in an Airbnb right now?
I don't know. I don't know if that's how they're renting.
Maybe.
I don't know. It all seems strange. I feel like you would have to pay out the nose. I also wonder if maybe they live somewhere else and they're renting an Airbnb to film.
Maybe, because they do that on the Real Housewives too.
Yeah.
Dakota doesn't have baby wipes. You talked about this before.
Yeah, I have a real issue with dads acting in ways moms never would.
Well, Taylor also didn't have baby wipes in that moment, so...
Well, she was dropping her kid off. So, you shouldn't have to bring the essentials with you. I feel like if you're going to have a co-parenting relationship, listen, I'm not in their relationship, so I can't say.
Right.
But I feel like if I were in a co-parenting relationship, the only things that have to move back and forth are like the toys and blankets and whatever that your kid is obsessed with and needs every single day. I feel like both parents should have diapers, wipes, food, clothes, all of those things on deck at their house at all times.
I agree. That's fair.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It just made me feel like, what are we doing? That baby sat in shit for so long, too. That's all I could see while I was watching it. I was like, is someone going to step in here? Anyway, moving on.
We get to a scene with Demi and Layla. I guess Layla and Cam got into a knockdown drag-out fight, so she's flying solo at Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
And I get that, like, she doesn't want to do that because I'm also the single guy at everything. So, like, I get where she's coming from with it.
Like, it's hard. I get that.
It's fine. It's hard if you're insecure about it.
Well, yeah. And I feel like if she were just like you're fully single, you know what I mean? But she just like had a falling out.
That's fair.
With the guy she was seeing. And so you're like seeing all these happy couples and knowing like you're having issues. I think that's hard too.
Right.
And it's her event. And she was like, I'm finally gonna, be coupled up, and it's going to be my event. We're going to kind of host together.
Well, and I think she's completely valid in everything she's saying. Like, I won't take any of that away from her. And like, I do get like, it's like, I think for me, it's like weddings. When I go to weddings, and I'm just like, oh God, like everyone else is here, and it's about love and like, yeah, I get that. That's fair. Yeah. I guess Layla invited Whitney to Friendsgiving, but isn't sure about inviting Jen, which I don't even think it matters if you invite her. She's not going to show up because she's in the bed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think no one's entitled to an olive branch, right? No. You don't have to extend that if you don't want to, so.
Right. And then Demi says that she feels like Taylor is triggered by her success.
The biggest evidence of projecting I've ever seen. Put it in the textbook.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Demi.
You're intimidated by Taylor, and so you have flipped that into saying Taylor is intimidated by you.
Yes.
That is so mentally ill of you.
Yes. Like, that's insane. Like, what you're saying is insane.
Get a grip, girl, because I see right through everything you're saying.
Right. But also, why do you need someone to be triggered by your success? Why can't everyone just be successful? Why can't that be okay?
I think she's one of those people where she like doesn't realize that there's space for everyone to do well and succeed. She feels like there's a pot and everything's being taken out of it before she can grab. That's not what's happening.
Life is a zero-sum game for her.
Yes. She feels like anything anyone else is getting is something she didn't get.
Exactly.
And that is such a toxic and juvenile way to think. I
agree. Michaela and Macy go to the car wash, and I could have fucking done without finding out Michaela is scared of the fucking car wash. My God.
What is that? Like, whatever. I don't want to chomp on people's... My whole body tenses up when people chew. So, like, whatever.
No. Like, no. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
Are you
a child?
Are you Max? Like, are you my dog?
Like, can you not...
My 12-pound dog?
Can you not listen to the man go right, go left, like whatever the case may be, and then...
Are you afraid you're going to get stuck?
I don't understand what you're afraid of. Or are you just doing this for attention, Michaela?
That part.
And then they start to talk about baking, and apparently baking is a huge part of Mormon culture. And that's great. Michaela's going to start baking sourdough only to beat Whitney's sourdough. And I was just like, I could have gone without knowing that too, because that really, really screams, you need to grow the fuck up.
Whitney is living in your head rent free, girl. Yes. Rent fucking free.
So then Demi and Brett go to the baking store. I also could have done without this scene. There was a lot about baking in this episode. I could have done without all of it.
But I loved the end of it when the audio kept recording.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that. So they go and they buy dick sprinkles for cake, I guess. I don't fucking know. And they leave, and then the cameras go down, and then Brett just keeps saying, I'd never cheat on you. In a million years. And then Demi...
They were talking about that in the store. Demi brought up this silly little Sinner Sunday thing. But it does feel like you're a little bothered when I bring it up, and I don't understand why you're bothered. And
it absolutely happened.
And then the camera stopped rolling. The audio kept going. He was like, I never do that, right? I never cheat on you. That is a guilty man.
Okay. If you wouldn't have ever done it.
Right.
Why do you keep telling me? It's okay. We're cool.
That's what I'm saying. And I can kind of understand, defending your relationship to be I really don't want you to think I did that because I know that would really hurt you. And that didn't happen. It's just an unnecessary strife we would have to go through if you believe that.
Right.
But that's not the way he was talking. He's
I need to shut it down. I need to make it go away.
Yeah.
I need to know that she knows how that can happen. So we appear as a united front. So when it does come up again, she's saying my husband would never do that. That's what's happening here.
100%. Because if Kenny came home today and was like, I heard this rumor that you were cheating on me, I would be like, okay. Show me the proof. Please.
Yeah.
Because you just don't, you don't have to get emotional over something that isn't real.
Right.
He really dug his own grave there.
We get back to Michaela's house where Michaela has hired someone to show her how to bake fucking sourdough to beat Whitney in the Bake Off. I'm so fucking over her.
Can I just tell you, I know a thing or two about sourdough. There are millions of tutorials on TikTok, on YouTube, on the internet, Sally's Baking Addiction, etc., where you can learn how to make sourdough. And
Sure.
It's not fucking hard. You don't need someone to come to your house.
I understand part of this was probably just for the show of I'm going to go so far to beat Whitney.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, I'm who is this for? It's not for you.
Yeah. You're clearly not enjoying yourself. This man is not enjoying himself. I don't understand it.
Whitney and Connor are at their... My God, there's more baking content. I've written baking in these notes so many times. Whitney and Connor are baking, and Zach shows up because Whitney's worried about Jen. She's crying and in the bed every day, and apparently it's getting worse. And Zach's doing the right thing by defending his wife. But she's also a liar. So you're defending a liar. I don't know what to tell you.
A liar who is also your wife and who is also,
I think that Zach is doing the right thing, but
I don't know. I think once you know someone's really going through it, you have to give them a little bit of grace. And it's not the lies she told hurt herself and herself only at the end of the day. Lying to Zach only hurts her at the end of the day because he's bound to find out that she knew.
Sure.
It doesn't hurt Demi. It doesn't hurt Jessi. It doesn't hurt any of the guys who did the Chippendales things. So I do think it's nice that they gave her a little bit of grace in this time period to get back on her feet mentally.
I agree.
Cease and desist.
Oh my God. I guess Demi is going out of her way to get a cease and desist out against
Jen and Zach.
Is it Jen? Okay, so it is Jen and Zach. To not talk about whatever is going on from her past, and that to
it's
me
specifically what happened at Vanderpump Villa. She doesn't want Jen to spread her side of the story.
So let me tell you something about something that I know about a cease and desist is you only get a cease and desist written if you are in the wrong about something.
Or if you have like a copyright, or if you have a patent and someone is infringing on that.
If you have a real legal reason for that, that's different.
That's a different thing. But if we're talking about cease and desist on
as in a gag
talking,
order, yeah. And you only do a gag order. You only get an injunction on someone speaking if you don't want the truth out.
Right. There is no other reason, because if she were spreading incorrect things, you would let her, and then you would charge her with defamation. Because if it's not true, and you can prove it's not true because there are cameras, audio, and everything from Vanderpump Villa, you're getting a check, mama, for defamation of character. But you know it's true.
Right.
So you're doing a preemptive cease and desist.
Which, for me... and I understand the legalities behind some of this, right? For me, though, I'm just like, oh, you've never once thought about the optics of anything other than how you want to look. So, like, you believe that you're going to throw out a cease and desist. And then what do you think is going to come of that? Tell me how you think that's going to shake out for you.
It's almost as if she thought the cease and desist would have included that they can't talk about the cease and desist.
No,
that's not so how silly. That works. That would be an NDA, mama, and they're not signing that.
God.
Yeah.
Layla goes to Swig, and something that was really triggering for me is that Layla was able to go in and order a fucking drink. Why the fuck can't we do that in Indy?
I don't know. I really don't know. I have been craving a Swig all day, though. Maybe we should go too.
Let's go to Swig.
Did you know? Oh, I did already tell you this. At Sonic, you can get a dirty soda.
Oh, yeah.
But also at Sonic, you can, like, do whatever you... It's basically a swig if you make it your own swig.
Oh, yeah.
I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so beautiful. I have a Sonic, like, 2 seconds from my house, and I also have a Wawa going in 2 seconds from my house.
I'm happy. I'm really happy for you.
Thrilled. My baby's first words are going to be Wawa.
Ah.
Yeah. Cam. Yeah, Cam.
Yes, I forgot Cam was there. I could have done without that too.
I honestly liked it. I thought that he was really like calm and pleasant with her. But this is also the scene where Layla's tape and extensions show so badly that someone should have said something and they just didn't, which is so messed up. I do think that I respected Cam for how he approached this conversation. I felt like he wanted to preserve their relationship. He wanted to tell his side of the story, and he felt like his feelings weren't being reciprocated. And Layla said, she was like, oh yeah, no, I do that. I'm scared I'm going to get hurt type of thing.
That's okay. That's fair. I'll give her that. I
think we had to have that conversation for Cam to re-enter the show.
Maybe.
Kind of. Because, like, if he would have just come back after not being at Friendsgiving and that whole thing, then, like...
That would have been weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Dakota and some man are playing basketball. I disassociated for this entire scene. I have no idea what happened.
Okay, so his friend was telling him, like... Hey, you have a kid now, so, like, whatever's going on between you and Taylor, you need to put that kid first. And also, like, you guys are in this toxic cycle. I think he did actually call them, like, toxic. And he kind of told Dakota to get out of it.
Okay.
Which I respected as well.
Good for him.
I don't remember it that well either. I just remember being like, yes, friend, tell him. If you can hear Jack in the back, I'm sorry.
No, I love it. We get to Friendsgiving. This event actually looks really, really fucking cool. Like, I like the I like the vibe. I like all of it.
Yeah, it was cute.
Layla's sister shows up, and she's so fucking pretty.
The genetics in that family are insane.
Oh, yeah.
Insane.
Michaela shows up. She's baked a bunch of shit. Like, there's a pumpkin pie with Jesus' face on it. There's the cinnamon rolls actually did look really good. I will give her that. I won't take that away from her. But then production 1000% said to put the CTR letters on top of
Oh, yeah.
Michaela's
So
bread,
they
too.
would be, like, very similar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think they were just stirring the pot.
Oh, yeah.
I think they also... Because doesn't Whitney end up putting her bread in... Out of all the desserts that she baked, she has to choose one to put in there, and she does the bread. I feel like that was production, too.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the Mormon Bake Off. I think that's funny. And when we host a live show, I would like to do this with our listeners where people just show up with baked goods for us to try.
But like us themed, not Mormon themed.
Yes. It could be... We'll have to workshop a theme, but
Yeah.
I don't know what our theme would be. It would be
Pride.
gay bread. Poor Layla.
She's not a baker, and that's okay.
Her pumpkin pie wasn't fully cooked. Oh, poor Layla. Miranda, however, made a blueberry coffee cake that looked incredible.
Oh, yeah.
It was so fucking
that
good.
Really good.
Macy made some peanut butter bars with Joseph Smith standing on the top of them. That's
Bless her.
okay. That's fine. Like,
Bless
great.
her. She can't do anything wrong. It's fine.
Do you think that like they just have stores that are selling Joseph Smith like merchandise? Like,
It looked like she printed it out and cut it up, but I don't know.
oh, okay. See, I was like, does she go to
don't
Hobby
know.
Lobby and like...
They probably do, though, because the Mormons are so rampant in Utah. You know what I
they're just
mean?
running around.
They probably do have that. Taylor.
Taylor is so silly.
She got an apple pie from the grocery store.
But I think it is so kind that she said, I'm going to put this in a baking dish and you guys are going to like it.
Yeah.
I think she's so... And she's doing it in the back of her fucking SUV. I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, in the back of her SUV in the parking lot. Didn't even bother heating it up. Nothing.
No.
She said, here you go.
She said, I baked this.
Congealed.
I
Just
hope
for
you're
you.
happy. Taylor is so funny. Demi makes a better than what cake that has dicks all over it. And I was mad because it looked really good. And I Googled it. And I 1,000% know that I would fucking love a better than sex cake. I would eat it like it was my last meal.
I just hate Demi.
I do too.
So I saw it and I was like, oh, sacrilegious. Got it. Yeah, Connor saying the dicks were a total turn on. Loved it.
Yeah. Okay.
We get it. We get it.
Live in your truth.
I'm happy for you.
I am too.
And I'm glad that your wife hears you say that and just one in one ear and out the other.
And she says, hee hee ha ha.
She goes,
She goes, I don't want to look at your phone later.
no, don't show me.
Layla brings up the confession about Brett, and Brett looks furious for a second. And Macy then says that she regrets sharing it with the girls. I'm like, no, you don't. No,
I think
you
if
don't.
anyone actually feels that way, it would be Macy.
Yeah.
But
I don't believe it.
you did your duty, girl.
Yes, you served
and
your
also,
country.
Like, how are you supposed to sit on that and not tell anyone? Like, of course you told people.
I agree. And then Taylor breaks down for a little bit because of the Dakota situation. And I'm honestly really, really shocked and surprised at the way the entire group, but especially the guys, really supported her because they were like, you know, you don't deserve that. Like, you deserve a good guy. And they like want to lift her up. And I thought that was really fucking cool.
They did rally around her. I feel like she didn't even expect that because she seemed kind of like uncomfortable and like emotional about the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like hard to watch because I don't know. It's just like they're still having sex. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? But also, like, I've been in a toxic relationship. I get it.
We all have. Oh, my God. We're almost there, dear listener, to the end of this episode. And then we have a whole other one.
Well, that is basically the end of the...
No, I mean, there's a whole other episode to record after this.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a... Right. No. I meant that was the end of episode 7 of the Mormon Wives.
Yes.
And now we're moving on to episode 8. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so the Book of Betrayal. Episode 8, the Book of Betrayal.
Here's where all starts to get tangly at the CMAs of all places. We have Taylor presenting an award.
Which, by the way, she's on the red carpet. She looks as good as any of those girls has ever looked.
She looks stunning.
Yes.
Stunning. Yeah, and then here's where all of the drama starts, is she posts on Instagram, as one does, that she's presenting an award at the CMAs. No one from the group comments on it. However, they didn't feel like they needed to, because a lot of them had already texted her saying, congratulations, huge night for you, I'll be watching, blah, blah, blah. It's just so exhausting.
It's exhausting, and I've had friends like this before, that you have to show support on social media or you don't show support at all. And for me, I guess I don't care either way.
I feel like there is something to be said. The one point I can see that Taylor never makes, but I feel like is embedded here, is the people you support in private, you should also lift up publicly.
Sure.
You know, however, a comment on one thing that you did after years of you having all of these accomplishments is not a make or break situation.
Well, that in the past that I was also willing to give Taylor is that this is your job. Like your job is being public and social media. Like that is your job. And if she just would have said, like, you guys, this is mom talk, this is what we're supposed to do, like, I would have bought that.
I do feel like she could have hopped in the group chat and been like, hey guys, we're mom talk. We're supposed to be a united front here. And I feel like no one's supporting me on this particular thing. Could anyone go comment on it? I feel like that's not giving your dignity away. That's not giving anything away. That's just you saying, hey, this is weird. Like, or don't even say, can someone go comment on it? Ask the question. Is there a reason none of you have said anything about it?
I feel like it wasn't the content, it was the delivery. If Taylor would have just said,
100%.
Listen, if we could have gone about it differently, I think it would have been different. But we cut to Macy and Michaela going to Demi's house, where they unpack Taylor's delivery and not the content of the delivery.
Because she didn't bring it up to them at all. The first thing she did, right, is hop on her Instagram story.
Take to a live. Like,
yeah.
I have to take to the social media.
I must bring this to the attention of all of my millions of followers.
And
my friends aren't supporting me.
Right.
Before you ever hopped in the Mom Talk group chat to be like, hey guys, is there a reason I'm not being supported on this? Before you talk to them at all, you sick your millions of fans on them. That is a problem.
Right. And I agree with that. Demi latches onto this, though, and this is where she decides Taylor's not qualified to be the leader of Mom Talk. And I was like, oh, I wonder who is.
She's trying to stage a coup. She thinks
bitch.
that she's next in line to that throne, and she thinks anything to take Taylor down so I can be the queen bee. It is so strange.
It is. And Demi's making hot chocolate. This is just a completely like something I just picked up on.
This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What
the hot chocolate?
Well, that, but like what I picked up on was because I've known people that have tried to like portray this image before. She's making hot chocolate in a Le Creuset Dutch oven, a $350 Le Creuset Dutch oven, and that's coming almost immediately after you talk about how Jessi has all this money and like this, that, and the other. So you need to prove that you have money.
Not to mention your house in general. Hello.
Right. I hate that. That being said, the hot chocolate is disgusting. It tastes like dirt, apparently. And I can align with Michaela on this one thing. And then Macy pours hers out in the sink. And I thought that was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I thought that was the funniest thing in the world, that her hot chocolate was so disgusting. I could tell from the bag she was pouring it from that it was going to be fucking gross.
Yeah. Also, I started to write a note here. Macy decides that she's going to take on the task of
maybe talking to Taylor.
Maybe.
I don't know. Oh, well.
Leanne and Taylor's trash stepdad show up at Taylor's house. I guess he's going to hang a picture on the wall or something. I don't ever want to see that man on my TV again.
Yeah. Oh, he's dead to me. The fact that you can talk to your stepdaughter the way that you talk.
Dakota shows up to pick Ever, so they're all there together. It's Taylor's stepdad's dream. He loves Dakota more than his own stepdaughter. Taylor acknowledges that some of the girls texted her, but she's making this whole thing about how they didn't support her publicly, and I feel like some of her feelings are valid, but the crash out on social media was 1,000,000% too far.
Yeah, and I agree. That goes back to what we were just talking about. Like, she could have said anything to the girls. She could have just asked them the question, and she didn't. She hopped on her stories.
Right.
So, whatever.
And then Taylor talks about her imposter syndrome. She doesn't ever call it imposter syndrome, but that's 100% what she's experiencing.
Oh, yeah. She feels like she doesn't deserve anything that she has.
Right. Because it all comes back to the swinging scandal. And then this piece of shit stepdad goes, well, your family doesn't care about that. Fuck you. No, you don't get to stand up for her now. After saying you hooked up with Dakota after 3 dates. Fuck you. Fuck you. Because apparently you do care about it. Because
I thought you did. I thought you did care about what she was doing with her vagine, and that it was completely your business, and that you get to call her a whore, stepdad.
Or do you not care about that because it was her husband and the husband was in charge? Fuck you. Fuck you, dude. You don't get a redemption arc until you apologize for what you said at the cookout. I'm sorry.
I don't think he gets a redemption arc at all. I don't want him on the screen anymore. Hulu, take him off.
Hulu?
I'm talking to you.
Macy and Michaela go to meet up with Taylor, and it's awkward as fuck when Taylor gets in the car.
Yeah. I feel like Taylor, like if you met her in person, would already be an awkward person.
Oh, yeah.
And then she also knows that she's like under fire from these girls, and she's kind of pissed at them too, not to the extent that they're pissed at her though. And so she's just like, yeah. Oh God.
But they go to Swig and they get hot chocolate, and I can't wait for it to get cold outside because I want to try that hot chocolate so bad.
I know. I think it'll be really good. I've been craving hot chocolate, by the way.
Have you?
I've been craving it, and I've been making it too.
Oh, I love that.
I don't deny myself anything. I'm pregnant.
Good for you. You shouldn't.
So, yeah, I've been drinking hot chocolate in July.
Good.
And that's the whole thing.
It's Christmas in July.
Yeah.
This is where I depart from Taylor a little bit. She says she would do it all over again. And the girls are getting attacked online over not supporting Taylor, and then Taylor defends herself by saying public and private support are equally important.
I don't agree with that. I'm not saying they're equal. I'm just saying if you support someone in private, you should also, stand up and support them when it matters publicly.
Right.
But I don't think that public support is as important as... Anyway, it doesn't matter. I also feel like Taylor is not understanding why they're mad. It's almost like Taylor doesn't understand...
She doesn't.
...what they're saying because she doesn't understand why they're upset in the first place.
She doesn't. And this is where it becomes exhausting for me, is that I have had an a bar for bar almost identical fight with someone that we both know after their wedding. And she did not understand that I was like... granted, it wasn't to this level, but I was just like, at some point, you have to drop it, or we have to agree to disagree. One of those two things has to happen, because I don't know what to do anymore, and I'm sorry that you feel like I didn't support you, but you also have to be sorry for being insane.
Yeah, bashing, because what they didn't do is go online and bash you, say you're worst dressed at the CMAs and you don't deserve it and all of this. They didn't do that.
Right.
They just didn't say anything publicly. They texted you.
Right. Michaela ends up saying that with her real life friendships, the private support matters more. And I agree with her, and I hate that I agree with Michaela about something, because that's one thing where I'm just like, I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. And I think most people feel that way. I just said I do.
Sure.
I think most people do. I think if Taylor understood how to communicate what was bothering her, this whole conversation would have gone differently. I also feel like if Michaela or Macy could have found the words to explain why they were upset, this conversation would have gone differently. Because I think from Taylor's perspective, they are just mad that she said anything on her stories on her account. That's not why they're upset. They're upset because now they have millions of people going in their comments and saying that they're bad friends. And I think if they would have included that in this conversation, Taylor could have seen it differently. And if Taylor could have explained herself better, she would have been perceived differently too. It was just like a huge miscommunication, I feel like. Anyway.
I agree. Macy and Jacob go to San Diego and they're doing IVF secretly, and now they're doing a frozen embryo transfer. And I actually kind of like that they're doing this without telling anyone, because I think, especially if you're doing IVF, there's a whole conversation that happens around it unnecessarily where people are like, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? And it puts so much pressure on the couple that, like, you can't win for losing. Like, it's, I hate that. So I'm glad that they're doing it like on their own terms.
Well, and the other thing is people don't do that when you're trying for a baby naturally. People aren't on your back saying, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? So like, I do also like that they kept like their intimacy about it. Like they let it be their journey without any other peering eyes.
Right.
Which is, yeah.
And then the doctor comes in with the embryo, and I don't know what the fuck I was expecting, but like it was just a little syringe with like a little IV tube in it. And like I guess I didn't know what I thought an embryo, or how big I thought an embryo was.
Teeny tiny.
Apparently. And then Jacob's reaction after the treatment, that did make me cry. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, his emotion over it was so sweet.
I think he is so excited to be a dad, and he just wants to be a dad, and he loves Macy so much too. You can tell, like he would die for that girl. It is very sweet.
I thought that was very sweet. Taylor and Layla go to New York. They're shooting a commercial for a brand deal.
Demi is seething at this.
Oh, yeah, because we find out that Demi asked Layla how much they were making. And, like, we saw the screenshots. And we didn't see actual screenshots. Have you ever noticed how they, like, recreate screenshots where it's, like, not the same font and, like, not the same color quite as
the iPhone? Yeah.
Have you know, like, and I wonder if it's, like, a copyright thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Or like just how their values are set on their, like, on the actual show makes it look weird. I can't tell. No, because the font isn't right either.
The font's completely different. And like it's the emojis look different. Like it's anyway, that's a weird thing that I've noticed. But like she did ask several times, like, how much did you make? Like, and I was just like, drop it, fucking drop it. Like, it's none of your fucking business. It's
such a weird pocket watching thing with Demi. I don't know. Yeah, she really turned me off with that whole thing.
Taylor shares that she is apologized to the girls, and apparently Demi does not accept the apology. And she says to Taylor, you should be kissing our feet. And let me tell you something in no uncertain terms. If you're going to tell me how I am supposed to apologize when I am actually trying to come to you and say, like, it's different if it's like a non-apology. Like, if it's like one of those things like, I'm sorry you felt that way. I don't like that. But that's something Taylor's doing here.
Yeah, it's one thing to say, I hear you, but that's not a real apology. It's another thing to say, your apology is not enough and you need to be kissing the ground I walk on. Yeah.
Our feet. You're a cunt.
Yeah, she is really a problem. And, like, I feel like she was just mad because she saw that all the girls were kind of, like, coming around and accepting Taylor. And she was like, oh, no, that's my spot. That's my spot. And so she crashed out.
Yes. And she can go fuck herself. I have nothing else to say about Demi. And then And I knew this was going to come back to bite Layla, and she should have kept her fucking mouth shut. But they're in hair and makeup. They're getting glam. And Layla goes, no, I'll have your back tonight at the Saints and Sinners party. I'll stand up for you.
Right. Because
help will come in the morning.
The reviewer are flying back to Utah that night for a Saints and Sinners party. And Layla says she'll have Taylor's back. And I feel like she was just in the moment trying to be like, I understand where you're coming from. I totally get it. And like that just like slipped out of her mouth. You know what I'm saying? She didn't mean that. Anyway.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Macy goes home to take her pregnancy test. And that was quick, like for the pregnancy test, right?
I don't know. Well, this whole show, the tempo is crazy. Yeah. So it's like, it's hard to tell. I don't remember. I think she said it was like a couple weeks after implantation that she took the test. But yeah, I don't know.
But she's pregnant. I'm really happy for her and Jacob.
I cried. I was so happy because I know they wanted it so bad. I am
really happy for them.
They looked so thrilled. They also looked apprehensive because, of course, like early on, you have to be careful. But they did look so happy.
It does cut to a picture of Jesus walking on water, though. Like their house. Did you notice that?
No.
Yeah, it's a picture of Jesus just walking on water, standing on the wall. And then Taylor and Layla are on the jet headed back home in a private jet. And Layla made a choice. She said, I don't know if I said anything bad about you, but here's the group chat that I have with everyone else except for you. Read it.
Sweet Layla. I feel like she just wanted to be like, see, Taylor, I'm here for you. I'll be transparent with you. I'll let you read my texts about you. I feel like Layla, I'm not going to call her dumb. I don't think she's dumb, but I think she doesn't always think before she says things.
She doesn't. But what I also think
I love Layla. I can't believe I'm talking down on her name, but
I don't think you are talking down on her. I think she does want to show loyalty, and I think she does want to. I don't think she wants anything bad to happen to Taylor. I do think that she doesn't want to follow through on the loyalty, though. That's where I struggle a little bit with Layla, where it's like, I don't think she wants to get her hands dirty.
100%. She's the type of person that I feel like Taylor is actually having a problem with. Like, she's the type of person to, in private, say, I support you fully, I'll have your back, and then in public, not do that at all. So, with that, we go into the Saints and Sinners party.
Right. It's a joint venture between Baby Mama and Jay-Z Styles, which I thought was really, really cool for them to show, like, hey, we can do something together. We can support each other's businesses. Like, we're, like, I didn't feel like one brand had more of a spotlight than the other, and I thought these are two girls who support each other, who want to build each other up, and I thought that was very cool to see.
I do think Macy and Jessi both have that in them, though. They're both like very humble, and like out of everyone on the cast, if anyone was going to do that, it would be them two. Because I really feel like they do want to like empower each other, which is supposed to be what their whole group is about anyway, by the way. We just don't see that very often.
Right. Macy and Jessi both look gorgeous.
Yes. And then stunning.
Demi walks in with her little fuck ass red wings, and I don't fuck with that.
I feel like no one shared what wings they were wearing, Mama. No, they didn't talk about it at all.
They went to the Party City bankruptcy sale and said, "I'll just take whatever's left, I guess."
And they didn't send a picture. They didn't do anything because then Taylor walks in with wings that are bigger than her.
Jesus Christ.
They're taller than her.
She had to go sideways to get in the door.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Victoria's Secret fashion shows?
Yes, they were like that. They were bigger than that almost. Like the finale, maybe.
never, like, I saw it and I was like, this episode, I was like watching it right before bed. I was like, maybe I'm tired. I was watching what she walked in and like, to be fair, Taylor's probably like a teeny tiny little person.
Yeah.
I
think she is, but still.
Outrageously large set of angel wings I've ever fucking seen in my life. Like 18 feet wide. What are you doing?
I swear to God. Because even like the Victoria's Secret angels, I feel like they were mostly not that big.
No. And I was like, where did you find these? Like, where did you acquire these wings? That is my question. I want to know the logistics of it.
Made? Like, I don't understand.
Maybe. Or like, and because I was thinking through like, how are they shipped to you? Because like there's structure to them. So you like have to ship them in a big ass box. Like it had to have been shipped like art. What are we doing? Like,
what are we doing? Mind you, not even her event.
Right.
She was like, oh, I need to get wings. I got wings.
I got wings. What I would be willing to believe more, though, is she already had those waiting in her closet.
Oh, I am willing to believe she already had those from a separate occasion.
Oh, absolutely.
I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Demi is simply ready to fight, where this is another page.
She shows up with smoke coming out of her ears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is another page they took directly from the Real Housewives book of, let's go to a separate room so we can have a conversation, girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
Taylor apologizes to everyone in the group except Demi. She goes, except you, Demi. I'm not sorry to you. Like, I thought that was the greatest thing ever.
I loved it too. Demi doesn't deserve an apology because she's been talking out of her ass for 6 episodes.
Right. So then they start going at it. Layla is disassociating so fucking hard. Like,
she doesn't say a word one way or another.
Staring directly past the wall. Like saying, oh, I can't. Mm-mm.
Oh, actually, I didn't see it going this way. Sorry, Taylor. I have exited reality.
Right.
Like, wow. Wow. And I hate that. I really do wish at some point she would have stood up to be like, I've talked to Taylor. I've been with Taylor all day. Mm-hmm. I really don't think any of this is coming out of malice.
What I am shocked about, though, is that Taylor, and maybe Taylor just didn't even clock it, but like Layla did say she was going to stand up for her and she didn't.
Right.
And I would have bought Layla saying, I'm just like, confrontation like isn't really my thing, whatever. But she did try to defend Demi against Taylor in was it Scottsdale. So I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like it.
I just feel like, again, I feel like sometimes she doesn't think about what she's doing. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's just like, and I get this way too. I feel like sometimes she's just like gliding through life, not really thinking about what she's doing one way or another.
But what I also will give Layla in this moment, like, if she ever uses this as her defense, I'll buy it. Taylor didn't need a goddamn person to stick up for her. Taylor
she did stand her ground.
Can hold her own in a fight.
Yeah.
I feel like I've called this out before, but like I feel like I always write it down about Jessi. She's a really good communicator.
She is, and I also feel like she's very emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
She's good at taking everything on the chin and being like, this is not... She's one of those people where like, I feel like internally she's always like, I know who I am and I don't need you to like validate that for me.
Yes.
You know, like she's very comfortable in her skin.
We find out that Demi's talked shit about Jessi's business and her hair skills.
That
and Jessi,
really pissed me off.
Talk shit about whatever you want. What really upset me was like you looked at Jessi and you could tell her feelings were hurt. Like I wanted to cry for Jessi. I just wanted to hug her.
Well, I feel like if anyone knows anything about Jessi, it's that she rides or dies for this hair brand.
Yeah.
And so I feel like she was willing to hear I don't think you deserve as much for brand deals or whatever. I don't think she should be paid as much for the show.
But none of that had anything to do with her integrity as a businesswoman.
Exactly.
And that's,
Because I think all of that had to do with, you already make so much money with your hair brand. Mm-hmm. And so now to hear you also don't believe in the hair brand is like a punch in the gut.
Oh, it sucked. It sucked to see her face. Like that was really hard for me.
Yeah. And that really pissed me off. Because if here's how I honestly feel. If your friend has a business or a venture of any kind, It is your job to support them. And if you have any criticism for them, number one, it better be constructive. And number two, it is your duty to spread that to them in private.
Yes.
You don't tell anyone else anything except for it is the most amazing thing I've ever seen ever.
Yes.
That is your duty as a friend.
I agree.
So as soon as you're like, oh, I don't know if you should go there. Oh, I don't know if I believe in them for color or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck you.
Guillotine for you.
I agree. I also felt like in this moment, this is not the first time Jessi's heard about Demi talking shit about it, but this is the first time it became real.
Yeah, I feel like maybe she had heard it before and just didn't believe it. And now, like, Taylor's saying it. And she's like, oh,
yeah,
I think this really might have happened. Because the whole storyline is that Demi said that to Taylor. So now Taylor's, like, confirming. Yes. Yeah, I did say that.
Demi is reaching and digging for something to throw in Taylor's face. So the arrest from season 1 comes up. And Demi gets into how Taylor and Dakota's relationship is so toxic, and which is true. It is toxic as hell.
Yeah, of course.
But she would never put a child in that situation, and that's where she lost me, because I was like, you don't bring the fucking kids into it. You don't get to do that.
What are you saying, Demi? Like, are you dead ass serious? Mm-hmm. I would have put hands on her if I were Taylor. What are you saying?
I'm surprised she didn't, honestly.
You're bringing up old news, things she's already repented for, apologized to everyone involved for, moved on from. Yes, she's still in this toxic relationship with this man. No, she's not putting her hands on him. No, he's not putting his hands on her.
Right.
They just are emotionally volatile.
They're also emotionally stupid.
Right.
Like, let's just call it what it is.
Taylor is not an emotionally intelligent person.
No.
I'm willing to say that on record.
Yes.
She has a hard time understanding where anyone is coming from.
I agree.
Not an empath. However, why the fuck is that a bad situation for their baby who can't even hear correctly yet? Like,
why are you such a big cunt that's where you need to take it?
Like, what are you saying? Taylor has other kids, by the way, but you just want to dig at the baby?
Cunt.
Oh my God. Mind you, they're taking fine care of this baby. This baby is protected and cared for at all times.
Well, except for the baby wipes, but...
But they figured it out. They went and got... It's not like they were like, oh, well, he's just going to be shitty.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. That really pissed me off.
I agree. I was mad about that. And then the fight kind of dissipates. The girls all leave the room except for Taylor and Jessi, where I was almost positive this is going to be a thing where Taylor was like, see, Demi's a bad friend, and she was going to try and turn her against Demi, but she was like, it felt like she was checking on Jessi, and Jessi did share, she's like, I'm embarrassed and hurt right now. And like, I think the word embarrassed like broke my heart for her a little bit.
I know.
It sucked.
I mean, I understand like why she feels the way she feels. It just is like, you don't deserve to be embarrassed. That bitch should be embarrassed because she's a bitch. Yes. She's so mean. Yeah. She is brutal. She has no couth. Oh my God.
So uncouth. And
that's just so like, yeah, I really felt for Jessi in that moment.
And that's where the episode leaves off, dear listener.
Yeah.
Emma and I are going to roll basically into episode 9. Do you want to see if Jack wants to go on a walk? Do you think he needs that?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Jack and Emma and I are going to go on a walk, and then we're going to come back and we're going to record episode 9. But while we're here right now, we love you. Subscribe to us. Tell your messiest friend about us. Follow us everywhere. We love you from Indy to, I think we got a listener in Belgium last week.
Wherever you are in the world, we love you. Come back and listen to us more. Mwah.
Bye.